All right, this is what the 49ers were missing last year, man. Fred Warner lined up right here, ready to bring some pressure, and we're going to be running a stunt right here where Nick Bosa will come across the screen. So I want you guys to watch Gross Matos. His goal is going to be to get across this center's face, and then watch how Fred Warner basically takes on both of these guys, eats up both blocks, and it's going to allow Nick Bosa to get a clean rush in. This is what the 49ers were missing last year, that if you're a 49er fan, you have to be fired up about this year to get back. Watch Fred Warner right there, eats up both blocks, and then Nick Bosa in there with immediate pressure. Fred right here is going to eat up both blocks. Look at Gross Matos getting across the center's face, and look at that tough angle for them to get back across. For Nick Bosa, he can just whip around on this stunt, and an immediate shot right in at Sam Darnold. I mean, you couldn't draw that up better if you're a defensive coordinator right there. And look at that. So still throws the ball. What a hell of a catch. No gain, but amazing pressure right there from the 49ers that they lacked in the second half of the season that they're going to have this year, ideally, if all these guys are healthy. But this is something that 49ers fans missed, the players missed, the coaches missed as well too. This is just absolutely what the 49ers were missing last year. I want you to watch Fred Warner. Look at the stance he's in, first of all. I mean, I'd be shitting my pants if I had to look across the way, and this is what's standing across the way. And get ready, because next year it'll be him and Dre Greenlaw. But I want you to watch Fred Warner basically play textbook linebacker right here. I want you to see something. He's already anticipating the motion by this fullback. I mean, the IQ is insane by Fred Warner. Now let's take a look at how he's going to play this run game, how he stays disciplined. He stays keeping his shoulders square and makes the right play. He doesn't just jump at the first thing that he sees. There's a wide open lane right here. He could easily shoot this, as a lot of young linebackers probably would want to, and think that he's going to make a play, and then all of a sudden Kenneth Walker breaks out this way. Now Kenneth Walker isn't even really looking through this gap, and Fred Warner can kind of read that. So he's going to shadow him across until he finds out which gap it is that he's going to go through. Fred Warner is so elite at what he does that you can already tell he's recognized the gap before Kenneth Walker has even really committed to going through that gap. And that is just the elite IQ on display once again, because now he's already with a full head of steam. Let's take a look. Shoots through that gap. There's nowhere to go for Kenneth Walker, whereas if he shot in that gap earlier, maybe Kenneth Walker gets by one of these DBs and creates a big play, but there's nowhere to go right here. Great tackle, and they lose a yard. To just shoot the lane, he's going to make sure that Kenneth Walker is going to commit first, but he's so good that he's already seeing the other lane, and he's in there immediately. Shout out to Fred Warner. I cannot wait to see you back on the field this year. I'm excited. I'm getting goosebumps about it. And these are the little things that the 49ers missed last year. The run defense, just having the discipline, the vets in there that know how to play. The little things, like look at how they're lined up in this alignment. Fred Warner sees the shift, lines them back up, and you see how they all kind of shift and get back into the right spots. These are just the little things that we missed last year in that run game. Now the Seahawks are going to run a little bit of duo action, something that we saw a lot of last year in our film tapes as well too. You're going to see two linemen engage with one blocker right here, these two engaging with him right there, creating double teams at the line, and they can work to the next level, and ultimately lets this running back decide, like, hey, where can I go? And what it's really doing, it's ensuring, hey, at least at the first level we're going to win no matter what, and then work our way up to the next level. And the Seahawks, these offensive linemen are just phenomenal at being able to block and get up the field. So you put these guys in those scenarios, they're going to thrive, and that's literally why they won the Super Bowl. But I want you to watch in this scenario the discipline of Fred Warner. If it was a younger linebacker, they might not be able to make this read in time and stay disciplined, but a vet, a all-pro, one of the greatest linebackers of all time, and Fred Warner is able to make this play. Now let's see the duo action immediately. You see 92 gets 2 on him. You see as well right here, these two are working on that defensive tackle. Now you see Fred Warner is lining up with Kenneth Walker. He's going to be on par with him. But the real catch is what hole do you commit to in this area, you know, between both of them? It becomes that mini game that all of us played, you know, back in high school ball, when you're running those Oklahoma drills and you're running through those little scenarios. This is the mini game now right here. I want us to see is, regardless of these duo double teams, the discipline by Fred Warner is on full display. Look at the shoulders, how they stay on par and they stay squared up to the running back shoulders as well too. He's not giving an angle in whichever which way. He's mirroring the steps of the running back. It's almost like Fred Warner, you could give him the ball and he's doing the jump cut as well too. Just watch Fred Warner's feet right here. He's also operating and making the similar movements that a running back would in the backfield. Getting the ball, having a cut, make the read. Fred's going to keep his pad level squared up, makes the right read in the hole, and just meets Kenneth Walker at the point. nowhere to go. And that's got to be a scary sight, seeing number 54 in the middle of the lane and him squared up, ready to hit you. These were the little things that the 49ers just missed last year, ultimately, in these big time games late in the season. The veterans that just know how to stay disciplined, play gap football, and keep their integrity as a team defense. I mean, we're talking about Nick Bosa, Mykel Williams, and Fred Warner, just 3 guys off the top that were not playing in those games in the second half of the year last year. Little things that they missed in the second half of the year that they were doing really well at the beginning of the year when they were healthy. Just the little things in the run game. If this was played at the end of the year last year, the Seahawks probably get a massive gain off this. Look at the push that they got up front. Look at all 4 of those jerseys right there. I mean, that is just textbook from an offensive line standpoint, with the tight end pulling through this gap and ready to go hit the next level. But they left Nick Bosa unblocked, and that's why you have such a clean wall right here. Where when Nick Bosa wasn't there at the later half of the year last year, you probably have way more space to be able to get away with this. But in this scenario, you can't, because Nick Bosa is there ready to make the play. Watch it again one more time. This is just the elite speed of Bosa, recognizing the play, and then he runs downhill on the line. He doesn't take an angle like this. He takes an angle like that, and he's able to meet the running back there. Phenomenal play by him. And these were just the little things, like all these little downs where you have these superstar players step up and they get a -1. They only gain a yard, or they gain no yards. That compiles and compounds into the game as it goes on. But if you're able to gain 3 to 4 yards per carry, that defense, good luck. There's just nothing you can do. That was a significant shift that we saw between the matches in the first half of the year to the second half of the year, was just the overall ability to put pressure on the quarterback and stop the run. Watch Nick Bosa one-on-one, the amount of pressure he puts on this pocket. And I just want you to see, like, on the left side, Sam Darnold's got plenty of space to just step up, make his reads. Now you look at this right side, the tackle is literally hitting the ball out of his hands because of how much pressure Nick Bosa put on him and just hit him and bull rushed his ass back and just knocked him back into the quarterback. Sam Darnold loses the ball comes out. And when you have that ability to put that kind of pressure on quarterbacks, steal plays, steal possessions, this is what makes your team be able to get over the hump. But when you don't have that ability because your guys are hurt or whatever the case may be, Sam Darnold will be able to sit in this pocket and be able to make the throws that he wants to make and get down the field however he wants to. But in this scenario, they really decided to go one-on-one against Bosa, and they paid the price for it right there. 49er fans just have to feel excited that these guys will come back healthy this year and be ready to rock.